You guys are just not committed to the relationship results you claim you want to have. I'm just going to call it out. Now, does that mean every single person getting poor relationship results is not committed to the ones they want? No, just some people that are in a relationship with a partner that's not willing to work with them. I give it to you, right? But even someone in that circumstance, at some point you have to say to yourself, if I'm committed to the results I want, yeah, I want it with this person, but if they're not willing to work with me to get there, then am I committed to those results enough to where I'm willing to walk away from them to make space for the person that I can get those results with? But in a general sense, most people that claim they want these certain results in their relationships are not doing what is necessary to actually get them with their partner, right? When we say commitment, that is a decision to stick to something that you put your word on, that you claim is valuable to you, that you really want to have or want to bring to fruition or whatever. And you're going to be consistent towards taking tangible action steps to actually make it happen. And in that requires sacrifice. It requires some grit. It requires going through the fire, if you will, uncomfortable things, growth. Your biggest and best growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone. So it's impossible to stay committed to relationship results you say you want if you're in a rough relationship or you have conflict and there's all these issues and you're trying to work through them. You want to make your relationship amazing, get to the better side and all that. If you're not willing to go through some uncomfortable fire to get over on that other end of the fence, because you have to shed some of who you are now to become who you need to be to get what you want to have. You and your partner must do that both. And people spend way more time commenting and complaining and venting on videos and comments and so forth than actually putting your foot to the pavement. What are you doing about it? How committed are you truly? Right? What help are you getting? Look, a lot of people work with me, right? And I've helped a lot of marriages and single people and everything, right? But anyone I've worked with that has gotten those results were committed to the results they wanted to get, right? They were committed time-wise, energy-wise, and on some level financially, right? They're willing to go and invest themselves. And I usually tell anyone that I work with, right? It's more about the emotional investment than it will ever be about the dollar. Because heck, I work with people that are very well off, but they weren't invested emotionally the right way to where it took them longer to get the results, right? Versus someone that was maybe not as financially well off that exceeded and crushed the results they wanted to get because their emotional investment and time was up to par. It was truly committed in that regard. And with all the amount of people that do work with me and have worked with me, you'd be surprised the smaller percentage, but there's still a percentage of those that get on consultations with me. And they say they want to go get this result. They really want to repair their marriage, or they really want to get back with their, person that they dropped the ball with and their ex that broke up with them because something they didn't do. They say all the things. Yeah, I need this. And if I don't take steps now, my life's going to be miserable, or I'll just feel like I'm not living with any, drive or to let the best thing in my life get away, and all these things they'll say. But when it comes time to go and move forward and stay committed and invest yourself, time, energy, and resource wise, a lot of people aren't doing that in that regard, in that percentage, right? And what's that come back to ultimately? Accountability. A lot of you are not being accountable for your commitments. It's one of the biggest reasons I wanted to become a coach, because I know at the end of the day, you can know the right things to do. You can know the right things to think and try to work on the right ways to feel. But if you don't build a consistency of those habits required, you'll never have the tangible reality outcome that you want to have. You got to keep putting reps in the gym. And so many people want certain results for their relationships, want certain results with their partner, but they're not being committed enough to be consistent enough in their own actions towards that being a reality. So it comes back to how much does the results you want truly matter to you, right? And your first step doesn't have to be going to get relationship coaching, right? You don't need to come to work with me as a coach to get the results you want. Or you maybe even going to therapy to work on some things in your past, traumas and so forth, understanding why you operate the way you operate. Or you actually applying the things you're learning from even watching my videos or anyone else's videos out there that you come across, right? Are you being consistent in the things that you already are aware of, that you've already identified are part of the things you need to work on? Are you actually being consistent in the steps you say that you need to take to actually do better for your relationship, right? Are you practicing what you preach on, saying, I'm turning a new leaf and I'm going to set better boundaries with my partner? If your partner's doing a lot of the toxic things in the relationship, to stand up for yourself. Are you being committed to your goal? So many are not, and they're getting the results that reflect it, right? This is why you can say all the things you want to say, but your reality will always reflect what's true about what you actually know and what you actually do believe in versus what you don't really believe in. See, someone could say, I believe I deserve better. Well, why are your actions not reflecting that? Why are you still in a relationship that clearly speaks to you not being treated a certain way, right? But you say you know you deserve better. If you know that, then act on what you know and get away from this situation. Or you may say, well, I know I need help to work through some of these things that I'm struggling with that's really being a blocker in me getting better results in my relationships. Okay, well then what help are you going to go get to make that happen? Do something and stick to it. But you got to get out your own way first so often, right? That uncomfortable feeling, that feeling of fear of stepping into this new fire, right? Going through some uncomfortable challenges that doesn't sit so well to do, right? Understandable. As a human, we want to be comfortable. Comfortable equates to survival for us on a primal wiring. So that's all right. But don't let your survival instincts rob you of thriving. Remember, your mind and body's job is to make sure that you survive, not make sure that you thrive. That's your job. So don't stay committed to complaining, stewing in the problem, illuminating, right? Finding Facebook groups of other people that just get in the chats together and just complain all together and talk about all the struggles they're going through. No, stay committed to doing something about it, taking the steps you need to, getting the help that's required to get you the results that reflect the relationship goals and results that you want to be committed to having and being able to live out as a reality. I want you to win. And the only way you can win is by truly committing to yourself, your own growth, because that is the ultimate commitment to any relationship goals you want to have. Let's get it.